Right, here we go. You're doing an hour run, I'm doing an hour and a half. Out here at Ewan Maddock Dam. And this is the loop, it's a 10k loop. Comes all the way back, we're here. And it's very wet, because we live in Queensland. So let's get into it. I'm doing all my long runs with this pack on, with my nutrition. Because of the 50k, obviously I'll be wearing this. So getting used to it. It's very comfortable, so it's not a hard thing to do. But obviously when you're out in the bush, you know, there's no drink stops. And this is pretty cool. Very rainforesty. So what I'm doing is 1 week, like this week today, 1 hour 30. And then that's the shorter of my long runs. Last weekend I did 2 hours. Next weekend I'll do 2 hours 15. So every second week I'm gonna up it to about 3 hours, I think, which should be enough in preparation for this 50k. I believe, without ever have done one. It's more of a mental game once you get into these endurance events. So a 3 hour run will get me up around 30, just over 30k. That's enough, I think.
When Tim first told me that he was interested in doing a 50k trail event, I was really excited for him, but I also had a little bit of trepidation because I know what he's like when he overtrains, and when he just does too much training, he just completely falls in a hole, and he gets a bit negative and just sits on the couch, and he really struggles then to continue with his training.
I'm definitely first person through. I'm getting all the spider webs. That's the beauty of being first person on the trails in the morning. At least I'm clearing it for everyone behind me.
My biggest concern now that he's actually training and doing this event is that he's a little bit worried about what pace he's going to do. So I think for most people doing a trail run, kind of the key is not to worry about your pace because it's so hilly. So the kind of flip side of his race is that it's very flat, so he possibly can just concentrate on doing a certain pace and be able to hold that for 50k's. You know, my experience with people doing trail running and my own trail running, because they're so hilly, it's really hard to maintain a consistent pace. But this race that he's doing, is the elevation is almost zero. It's really flat. So, you know, maybe that's okay for him.
I keep thinking I'm hearing mountain bikes coming up behind me. I don't think there is. This is a shared path, mountain bike and running or walking. So I'll get out of their way if they come. There was a big group about to leave the car park, so here we go. Hey mate.
Is that your rear view mirror?
Rear view, yeah. Yeah. There he goes. He said, "Is that your rear view mirror?" That's pretty cool. I thought I heard someone. So on a positive note, that dude on the mountain bike will clear all the cobwebs. Win-win. One of the downfalls of this pack is it somehow undoes my heart rate strap and just flings off, so you know, it's a bit annoying, I'll be honest. So let's see if that stays on this time. But yeah, a little bit annoying. I keep thinking something's smacked me on the back of my neck, and it is. Check this out. The mullet. Usually I wear a hat. Well, I don't like wearing hats in the trails. I feel, you know, I can't look around as well or something. So I've got to put up with a mullet smacking against my neck. Almost halfway. So doing now 30, almost at 45 minutes. A little bit of open fire trail here. And just up here we turn back into the single track. I'll run through here. So I'm an hour 7 in to this 90-minute run, and what I've been noticing is I start to feel better as the run goes. So it's also because now I use nutrition. I've spent my entire life training on no nutrition, so that certainly helps. But I started off feeling pretty average, and now I'm feeling pretty good. There's only sort of 20 minutes to go now, and you can just sort of drift away in your mind when you're out here in the bush, I find. You can see the dam there. So this trail right next to the dam, beautiful.
He's really worked on his nutrition a lot in the last few months, and that has been huge for him. So like I said before, like he'll fall into a hole because he used to go and run or ride or do something and just take water. So he might go out for 2 hours and just have water, and then his body just can't cope with that. So he's really made a big effort on having the right nutrition and having nutrition regularly, not only when he's training, but also pre and post training as well. So that's made a huge difference. And from when he first said initially that he was going to do this race to now, you know, 6 weeks out, his nutrition is pretty spot on, and so he finishes training sessions in a much better place now.
All right, I'm going to shoot up this fire trail. I think I know where I'm going. We're about to find out. Just starting to rain again. All right, back to the car park. 1 hour 20 or 10 minutes. Might have to run around the car park a couple of times. Amanda should be back in the van. I got 5 minutes, honey.
Okay. He really knows what training works for him. So he's been doing maybe definitely 2 runs, maybe 3 runs a week, and that's it. So if it was me or pretty much anyone else, you would think that's nowhere near enough running to be able to run a 50k. But for some reason he's been able to perform, and he's always been able to perform on very minimal training, and that works for him. So running just twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, is possibly going to be enough. So that's really good that he actually knows what works for him and what doesn't work for him.
Very enjoyable run. And turn around, 2.5 minutes to go.
I am really excited to see him finish, because I think it will tell him that he is quite capable of doing longer events.
1 minute. Uh-oh. That's not right. God, run around in circles. A friend of mine said if you're gonna train for a certain time, make sure you hit the time. Don't stop early. You get back, run up and down the street, or in this case the car park, a few times. 20 seconds. Getting dizzy now. Almost there. And there it is. I like it when I start average and finish good. Hopefully this 50k will be exactly like that. Anyway, we will see. Thanks for running with me.